Alright guys, we got our first Magic group break of the day, a little Aetherdrift collector booster. We got our friend Joe with us. Michael's back there as well. We're gonna have a fun Magic day. Let's get into this. Let's show who's in the break. In our break, we have Christopher C with 4 spots, Francisco A and Greg H both with 1, and Jeffrey H with 2 spots there. Let's do some randoms. Random off our color combinations here. Dice roll 7 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Blue on top, black on the bottom there.
So, do you have a favorite color to play?
So yes and no. It's red conceptually, but like red is the least amount of all my decks.
8 times on the names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Greg on top. Christopher C. Excuse me.
So
Christopher
many of those
C
had
on the bottom.
Christopher in first and last.
Yep,
Which ruined my if you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah, almost. It almost ruined it for you there. All right, and then we'll just sort these. All right, Christopher C has black, Greg H with blue, Jeffrey with colorless and green, Francisco with land/token, and Christopher C with multicolor red and whites. All right, I'm going to open the first box here. Our first break. Good luck, everybody.
There's some cards I'm really hoping we pull because I've written jokes in advance
Yep.
for specifically them.
I know.
And they won't work on various other cards.
Okay. There we go. There's our box topper. We'll open that last. We'll save that for the end.
Savoring.
Save the box topper for the end. Save the best stuff for last. These have pull tabs? They do. Doesn't mean they're going to work well, but they do have pull tabs.
It's really funny to me, like the high variance
these
and how
made in-
easy or hard it is to open some of these packs.
These made in America. Nope, these are made in Japan, so our rares are at the front. Okay, so there's our island. All right, there's our first island. That looks so sick.
Yeah, I like the captain's whatever.
That's a cool one.
The wheel that you use to steer a ship, steering wheel. Like, oh my god.
There's an actual name for it, and I can't think of it right now.
The wheel you use for steering.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boosted sloop. Is menace. End rider, spike spitter, excuse me. Foul roads. The pothole mole.
My wife
Mutants
caught a
Surveyor.
Star-Nosed mole recently and then released it, which is a shame because Star-Nosed mole is my favorite mole.
Right field Mustang.
They can smell underwater.
Okay.
That's
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Keen Buccaneer. All right, there is our token. And we have a Quag Feast. Quag Feast is our first rare there.
The nice part is that you milled the cards in the middle, so if it's going to get removed, if your graveyard's going to get removed, you don't get quite so blown out because they have to do it first. And then you still get to get 2 cards at least.
Caradora, Heart of Alacria. Caradora enters, research your library for a mount or vehicle, reveal it, shuffle, and put into your hand, then shuffle. For the more +1/+1 counters would be put onto a creature or vehicle you control, but the many +1/+1 counters are put on it instead. Okay.
Carador is very similar in name to Carador, Ghost Chieftain, which is a little weird that they're like that's just so close for 2 different names.
Last ride.
The new Death's Shadow, but it includes a way to turn itself on by paying life.
Territorial Aetherkite. Cat Dragon. It's flying in haste.
Dealing that damage to each other creature is a real good way to clear the board.
Crypt Caller Chariot. Some zombie. A lot of zombie stuff in this set. A lot of zombie stuff. Carry On Cruiser. Carry On Cruiser.
Now, in your time as a judge, have you had people argue each
Guidelight
other creature
Pathmaker.
is, like, jumps over some creatures, or is
Ooh.
have people tried to make that argument?
So the closest to that I ever had was there's an old card called City in a Bottle that says like if any cards from Arabian Nights are in play, destroy them. And this was originally written as like if there's a card, and so because it's a state trigger, it doesn't trigger again while it's already on the stack. And so what people were doing in old school was they'd be like, okay, target like your Arabian Nights card triggers first, then this one, then this one, then this one. Now that we're down to your last one, I'm going to hold priority, disenchant my own City in a Bottle, and keep all of my Arabian Nights cards in play. I actually talked to the Wizards of the Coast rules manager about this, and I was like, can we just reword this to say, if any Arabian Nights cards are in play, they all go away? And they actually changed it in the next rules update, where they eroded the Oracle text of the card, and I was like, oh, go me. I was like, not a lot of people are
little mountain.
Getting Wizards of the Coast to change how cards are worded.
Fanguardian. Unswerving Sloth. Sloth mounts. Hellish Sideswipe. Wreck Remover. Crash and Burn.
Don't let the invisible fire burn, my friend.
Grim Javelineer. Dismal Backwater. The Scarab God, it sure is. Little statue of my guy. My favorite commander. Pilots. Repurposing Bay. Repurposing Bay.
The new birthing pod for
Oh, there we go. The Speed Demon.
Speed Demon there.
That's cool. And like the Ed Hardy art style there is really sick.
Yeah. Those eyes look really good. Like the camera's doing something to them, but like you see how like the eyes are going all crazy?
Yeah. I like that in the Ed Hardy art style there. It looks really cool.
Not to dream crush whoever gets that, but it doesn't do that effect in person. It's just doing it on the camera.
There we go. A little Speed Demon there for us. Lumbering World Wagon.
That's doing a lot of things that are not lumbering in that. Thing.
Yeah,
like,
no, not a lot of lumbering stuff in there.
It's standing on its hind feet like
Yeah.
people.
Pianalar, Chief Mechanic.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
One of the better cards to get.
I like the commander cards a lot.
Yeah, there's some really good commander cards in this. Colodin.
This guy's so good.
Colodin, human pilots, mounts and vehicles you control have haste. That's always important. Every mount you control enters. It becomes saddled until end of turn. Whenever vehicle it controls enter, becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Nice.
Yeah, just auto saddle,
pretty
auto
good.
crew.
Yeah, that's
and they all
nice.
have haste. Really good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Like,
I don't see a ton of
if
play.
there's a thing that's like start your engines, it's definitely that.
Thundering Broodwagon. Speaking of, start your engines. Thought on that mechanic.
I think it's really neat, but I think it's going to cause some confusion at like major events where people are not tracking it super well.
Hull Drifter.
The third in the cycle of Letter and then All Drifter.
Yep.
So this one doesn't have a way to cast it for 3 mana.
All right. That's really cool. I still can't get over the Speed Demon one. That one's cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool art. I like those.
It's very like rat thing to me. Like that old.
The Ed Hardy.
Yeah,
The Ed Hardy.
Artist is Cat Dirty.
Okay. It's a cool zombie token. I like that.
yeah. Oh, of course you do, because you're one of your favorite sets.
Yes. That's a cool swamp. That's really sick.
The
I like how it has, like, you can see obviously the race going on there.
Yeah, all the lands that we've gotten
That's
so far,
really
I think all of
sick.
them overall, like their perspective is you are on the course.
Yep.
In a vehicle. It's pretty cool.
Rootheart Engine. Nesting Bots. Roadside Blowouts. Guidelight Matrix. Loxodon Surveyor. Howler's Heavy. Grim Bobble. There's our zombie token. Oh, look at that.
And foil. Wow, that's so cool.
Fearless Swashbuckler. Yeah, these look so sick. These are really cool.
Is that also by Cat Dirty?
It is. It is by Cat Dirty. It is by Cat Dirty. The Fearless Swashbuckler. Fish Pirate is epic. Absolutely.
Yeah, all the things that it looks like it's doing on screen, it is also doing in person.
Yeah, that looks super sick in the in that gold. That looks so nice.
Yeah, there's some pretty nice like foil trim. I'm not sure what to call it. Another
Very nice. Winter Cursed Rider. Yeah, Winter's pretty good.
Yeah,
Artifacts you control have ward, pay 2 life, which is pretty good.
I have a friend named Winter who was very excited about all these cards.
Of course.
Because they first introduced Winter in, I think it's Emergence at Carla? Might have been in the Commander decks,
yeah.
but yeah, there's a Winter.
Mindspring Merfolk there. Also done by Cat Dirty. So I'm assuming all of these in like this art style are done by Cat.
That would be my first guess.
Yeah, especially for like how similar they
Yeah.
like look. It'd be, I think, a little awkward to be like, hey, both of you draw it like this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they probably just got the contract to do all those particular cards.
Rampaging Aetherhood. Little Hydra there.
Unlike most Hydras, that one's got some base power and toughness. Usually they're
Yes,
only
usually-
0/0s.
yep.
You gotta do a bunch of stuff to get some counters
Yep.
on them.
Market
the
Back
Market Back.
Walker. Market Back Walker. Draw a card for each 1/1 on it. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that card's like way too good if you can pull them off like a Walking
Earth
Ballista.
Rumbler. Okay, yeah.
But like, similar to Hangerback Walker, like when it dies, make a bajillion things is really good back end payoff.
Spire Mech Cycle. It's cool. Kind of looks like a mix of like Speed Racer and Tron a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of Speed Racer and Tron there. Okay, I like this set so far.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of fun stuff to it. Like, there's a card that I'm hoping we pull, but it's a rare, so we could very easily not. But I got a joke for that one.
All right, oh boy. If you have 2 people named Winter in the same room, would it be a wintry mix? That's right. That is correct.
Yeah, you're right.
Would indeed be a wintry mix. Here's our planes. Another one of the POVs there.
If you have 2
Going
people,
through Amonkhet, there's the statue there of which god is that?
Which one?
I mean, like that's. I'm trying to think. It would have been the black one.
Yeah, I know. I can't think of its name right now. Greenbelt Guardian.
Green is Ronus.
Yep.
Blue is Kefnet.
White is
Petra.
yeah, Ketra.
Red is Hazoret, and I'm naming the other 4 so that
Yeah.
I can maintain some project. I was like, this is somehow the one I can't remember. It's because it was so bad and limited. You could only attack or block if something died,
Yep.
and so like you had to like either main phase your removal or like sacrifice your own things.
Possession Engine. It's our first rare there.
Monument to Endurance. It's one of the very popular ones.
There's the Monument of Endurance.
And also, it's specifically chosen this turn, so you can discard a card. If you're discarding a card every, turn, yours and your opponent, boom, you just keep
Yeah.
drawing cards. Like, it's also whenever you discard a card. So if you discard 2, you get to pick 2 triggers. You don't have to do. You don't have to spread them out.
Will be Automech Artisan. Creatures attacking one of your opponents has trample. That's nice. Nice way to give yourself trample.
Just a strictly better Fauna Shaman.
Yep.
Just a 4 mana.
There's Saheeli. Nice
Foil.
Saheeli. Very nice.
Make a copy of something, and it's a 5/5. There's so many like infinite combos.
It's a great Saheeli there.
Is that a different winter than the other winter? No, that's the same winter. All right.
That Winter Cursed Rider. Is it?
Yeah, that's the same ability.
Yeah, just different art. All
I
right.
was wondering if chat's comment about wintry mix would get to apply. But I was like, nope, it's the same one. They're just doing the Spider-Man meme, pointing at each other.
Rip Claw Wrangler. Rip Claw Wrangler. And the Burner Rockets. Burner Rockets are last one there.
There's so many cards that are just like, this guy's just trying to have fun.
Yep. Yep. They're just there to have fun. Another one there of the POV.
So cool, even though
I think we've hit all of them now. I think we've hit all of the basic lands.
I don't know if you're supposed to be driving them.
We got green hands. That's all I can see.
it's a road-heavy forest.
Guidelight Pathmaker, Ranger's Refueler, Detention Chariots, Beast Rider, Vanguard, Wreckage Wickerfolk, more Scarecrows, Voyager Quick Welder, Midnight Mangler, the Angel of Sanctions token creature, and I believe this is the best Gear Hulk.
It depends on what you're trying to do.
I believe this is one of the better. Actually, no, I don't think this is the best one.
Yeah, no, like there's certainly a deck that uses that, versus like the blue-black one.
Yeah.
There's probably not. The white-blue one, because it's got double strike and prowess, probably gets a home. But
Yep.
the green-white one, or the green-white one is like the current front runner, just because grabbing two things.
Yep.
Which, like, it can grab two artifact lands. It's like pretty insane.
Very nice little Pyrewood Gear Hulk there. It looks sick.
If the One Ring was still causing a bunch of problems, the damage can't be prevented would be a really good offset.
Oh,
effect.
goblins. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Look at that exhaust.
Yeah. Like,
That's a heavy
notably-
exhaust cost, but
yeah. Notably, it does not tap to exhaust. So
No.
You have to tap it 4 mana and then use that on the exhaust ability.
Yep.
But don't forget to, if you're playing in paper, somehow mark that you've exhausted your permanent.
yes.
Like, I think the table will remind you if you've already used red shifting.
I would assume so.
Because it doesn't reset.
Lifecraft Engine
Correct. Yeah, it's once per like existence.
on
Wings of
Wings
Gold
of
is really
Gold.
cool.
Yes.
Like your zombies and tokens get 1/1.
Yep.
And then like just constantly make 1/1 zombies.
So a zombie token we get too.
No, it's anything that's a zombie or a token.
Yeah. Creatures they control that are zombies and or tokens get +1/+1 and have flying.
Yeah, it would
It's
have to be
pretty good.
templated as your zombies get 1/1 and your tokens get 1/1, and then it would.
Yeah, green white is Bright Glass. Yeah, and Oil Dip. I think Bright Glass is the best one. I believe Bright Glass is the best. There. Speaking of, there's our next one, Oil Deep. Got the Oil Deep Gear Hulk.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's a 4-mana 4/4 lifelink with Ward 1 is like the real text of that, and then like look at your opponent's hand is you're so this is very similar to an old card called Vendilion Clip, where it comes in, you look at your opponent's hand and you
Yep.
put a card on the bottom, and then they draw a card to replace it if you
Yep.
choose to. With that, most of the time you're just looking, because you're like, yeah, like there's nothing here that's so good. I want to give you something I don't know about.
That's true.
But also, you know, when you're discarding, maybe sometimes you've got the reanimate effect and you want to steal their
Also
their
true.
big hitter.
All right. About to be halfway through our first box here in our first break. Mountain.
See, now that's a mountainy looking racing course.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. For
Like-
sure.
like that forest, in my opinion, like there's too much racetrack, not enough forest.
Fair.
Like, just from how it looked.
Grease Wrench. Country Roads.
Okay.
People, have you seen where somebody wrote on there, "Take me home"?
That's
They wrote
incredible.
the rest of the line.
It's incredible.
I really like the Kingsman 2 cover of it.
Yep. Yep.
Like I wish they'd had is that Stanley Tucci? Do like a full like theatrical like soundtrack cut. Like I don't know, it just sounds so good.
All right. Save what's behind there because it looks cool. The Willow Rush
I think
Verge.
that's our first Verge. There's a ton of Verge.
Yep.
I don't know why there's some triangle gates and some circle gates. On it.
Okay.
I made circles and triangles with my hands in case somehow
Okay.
chat, while looking at them, couldn't figure out what circles and triangles were.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you, Joe.
I was like, I know these shapes. I have a 4-year-old at home. That might be coming up.
Willow Rush Verge. Voyager Glide Car. Voyager Glide Car. Adaptive Omni Tool. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. It's almost like you can make a lot of art. There's a lot of decks you can make a ton of artifacts with.
Omni Tool is what they call the stuff in Mass Effect. And that's what I keep
Yes.
calling multi-tools in the real world, because
Okay.
I play much more Mass Effect than I have used a wrench.
Okay.
And so one thing
Fair enough.
overwrote my brain.
Aganosaur Rex. There is another Spot Cycle Scouter.
That one reminds me of Sean.
Yeah, that's
And
that's
Rangers Aether Hive. All right, take a look at what we got behind our token here in just a second. Get these sleeved up. And our last one there. All right, what's our cool card here? Oh, we got loot.
Oh man, for those of you that don't read Japanese, that's vigilance, double strike, haste, and then its exhaust abilities are green, tap, add 3 of any color,
Okay.
blue, tap, draw 3, and
Okay.
red, tap, lightning bolt. Like it's
Okay.
it's super nuts. Like you definitely want to play that on 6 mana because you can attack, take out their blocker if they like make some sort of weird block that's bad for you, or just draw 3 cards.
This is a great loot art. I love
Yeah,
this.
It's so good.
I
He's just-
love this.
he's just a
Nice
little-
hit for multi.
He's just a little guy. He's driving a car.
Nice hit for
like-
multi. Christopher C. Yeah, he is just enjoying his time.
Yeah, that's super up there.
That's a great card to get.
Yeah, that's certainly top 4 in the set of like cards.
Let's take a look on the old TCGs.
It's not the fractured foil,
No,
but
still very nice there. Got a nice hit for our guy Christopher C. And high to low, around $30 for Japanese. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. $30.
it's foil.
All right, very nice.
Oh yeah, those are all the fractured foils I'm looking at.
This one's the regular showcase. Yeah, fracture fall. Jeez. Radiant Lotus for the first place goes for about 200. Wow. All right.
Oh man, that's actually super cool. Like, I don't know if you've ever gotten a good look at these in person, but like the framing of the mana symbols and like the tap symbols on the text is different than normal.
Yep.
Like, if you hold it next to this Mindspring Merfolk, it's like much more obvious.
Right.
It's like smaller, bolder mana symbols. It's kind of interesting.
There's another swamp.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a swamp at all. That looks like just a river.
That looks like
a
looks like where the Gungans live in
Yeah,
Star
so like,
Wars.
it's like
Yeah.
It looks like Gunga. Tarian, World Tyrants, Dinosaur Ooze.
5 mana legendary 9/7.
Jesus.
If you think about like Gigantosaurus came out in like I think it's M20 or something like that. There's a 5 mana 10/10 that wasn't legendary, and it's just like that like saw like no play. So
Back
maybe,
on
maybe
track.
these legendaries will. That's the
Gibrick Omnivore.
that's the Muruganda portion of the race showing up. Muruganda hieroglyphs or petroglyphs, I forget what the actual card name. It's an old thing that
Winscard
was
Crag.
an anthem for your creatures with no abilities from Future Sight.
Whiskey Shortcuts. Save that. There's
Oh,
regular
hey,
loot.
but in English.
There's
Hey, look,
regular
I got
loot.
the Oracle text right.
Look at you.
I left out that as a 2/4 because it still said 2/4 on the other card.
Double Strike, Vigilance, and Haste. Very nice. There's our first regular loot, well, our second loot. And then there's the Aganosaur. There's the Aganosaur there. This one was actually done by John Vermelia. So they do have some different artists. It does look a little bit different. The eyes aren't like popping out as much. Eyes aren't popping out as much. I love how they drew his feet going in like a circle there.
I'm glad you explained that because I thought it was just had like, I don't know, chicken pox.
Yeah, no, it was just, it's like showing like that he's
still
running,
doing
like he's running in
the
place.
Roadrunner going.
Yeah. Doing like the Fred Flintstone running
Yeah,
in place
I got
thing
that.
there.
The sound
Yep.
going in my head that I clearly can't make. That's not what it sounds like.
Renewed Solidarity. Mindspring Merfolk. The Haunted Hellride. It's a cool looking card. And the Skybox Fairy. It's a giant bird. It's a giant bird.
I once caught a falcon out of the air that was flying around.
Okay.
With my hands.
That is incredible, genuinely.
Yeah, it did not want me to catch it.
I could imagine.
I want to make it clear this isn't like
It probably was not thrilled that you did.
Yeah, it wasn't very happy.
I could imagine. I don't think I would be either.
Did something similar once where he caught a quail.
A quail.
Yeah, it was flying over his head.
Okay.
And he just like reached out and grabbed it.
And
mid-flight,
yeah, okay.
And that quail was like
Haunted
not super
Hellride
happy.
equals my first card. That's probably everybody here. Haunted Hellride is probably everybody's first card.
Hopefully not. Like we like people to be safe.
Well.
No, it's your first card.
And how about Thoughtcast?
Special guest.
There we go. Special guest. Thoughtcast. Affinity for artifacts.
Goes in the 8-cast deck where it's the namesake.
Yes.
The other card doesn't have cast anywhere in the name. Just is kind of a thought cast. That it draws 2 cards. But
It's nice. Nice hit there for blue. Who's got blue? He's got blue. Our guy Christopher C. Oh no, Greg H. Excuse me, Greg H. Nice Thoughtcast. That's a great card. Love the special guest stuff. Love the special guest stuff. All right, second group break's gonna start a little late. So be it. This is my first time going through it. A little bug token there.
I was just thinking how that insect token was a terrible basic land, which technically it is.
All right, there's Plains, which we still cannot figure out who that is. Haunted Hellride.
I have no idea who that is.
I think it starts with an O. I really want to just look it up, but like I'm not gonna.
It does start with an O. I think you're right. I think it's like Oberon, maybe something around there. Walking Sarcophagus, Lightning Strike, classic. This is just a classic. Swiftwater Cliffs, Spot Cycle, Scouter. It's our bug token. Save that. Cursed Cloth Wrappings. Zombies you control get +1/+1. Tap. Target creature in your graveyard gains Embalm. Okay. Till end of turn, the Embalm cost is equal to its mana cost. Okay. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, just lets you like regrow one of your creatures.
Gas Guzzler. This was done by Sam McKenzie. License plates, Gas Breath. Has Start Your Engines. Vampire Rogue. This creature enters tapped, max speed, pay black, sacrifice another creature or vehicle, draw a card. Cursed Dunyard. Cursed Dunyard. Generate target shade, skeleton, specter, spirit, vampire, wraith, or zombie. That's pretty cool.
It's a tribute to Swarm Yard,
Yep.
which was tap for colors or like tap for generator, like a rad or spectacular pile of so good in my opinion.
All creatures and vehicles lose indestructible until end of turn. Then destroy all creatures and vehicles. Okay.
Like,
Little board wipe.
Really good.
Little board
And then
wipe
also
there.
has cycling. Like,
Yeah.
This is, in my opinion, one of the best board wipes we've seen in a while.
Hole Drifter.
Yes.
And Rocketeer Boost Buggy. Rocketeer Boost Buggy. Take a look at what's under our token in just a second.
It could be anything, even a boat.
Could be a boat.
Like literally, boats are possible.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
it could very well be a boat. That is correct. Love the Family Guy reference there. Thank you.
I'm gonna
Okay.
But if you guys want to switch out at any point too, you're more than welcome to.
All right. Zahur, Glory's Past, Zombie Cat Warrior. I think we're good for right now. Sacrifice another creature, surveil, activate only once each turn. Max speed whenever a non-creature token you control dies. Create a tap 2/2 black zombie creature token. Okay.
Notably, you're making the zombies as many times as something dies.
Yes.
Not only once per turn, like the surveil. So yeah, like once you get that dork online, he's gonna keep making zombies out of everything.
Yes. All right. Little Zahur there. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Another one there for multi Christopher C.
At the RC, because of the racing theme, what I wanted to do was make take a sheet of printer
Cool
paper,
zombie army
draw a
token.
bunch of black squares on it to make it checkered, and then have the head judge like start your engines.
There's the island.
I like
Looks
that
so
they-
sick.
I guess those are islands because there's water underneath. Like,
Yeah.
those are very tall islands. There's a big thread once about like islands that are not islands, and it's like this is just a lake. That's the exact opposite of an island. Like
Plow through. Adrenaline jockey. Slick imitator. It's an ooze.
yeah, that's why it's slick.
Aether jacket. Silken strength. Maximum overdrive. Spectral interference. Is that Jace? It looks like Jace. I don't think it is. There's our zombie army token. Save that. Explosive getaway.
Ooh, now this is the real. Don't let the invisible fire burn my friend. 'Cause, like you exile one thing, presumably yours, to keep it safe. Everything burns to the ground, and
Yep.
then it comes back.
Yep. Far Fortune End Boss.
That is
Kind of gives off
menacing
like
person.
Mad Max vibes.
Yeah.
It definitely gives off like Mad Max vibes there.
Yeah, that person's not naming their kids Dr. Quinn in medicine.
No. Start your engines. Whenever you attack, Far Fortune deals 1 damage to each opponent. Max speed. If a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, deals that much damage plus 1 instead. Okay. Etheric Amplifier. Choose one. Double the number of each kind of counter on target permanent. Double the number of each kind of counter you have.
Yeah, the reason why.
Okay.
So, like, what's really funny is if they manage to give you 5 poison counters in response, you just die. But, like, there's the reason why
Yeah.
it can't target
Yeah.
other people is because if you get them to 5 poison counters, they just die.
Yeah. There's Chandra. Nice. Hit Chandra.
She's hunting those sparks,
There we go.
doing the Aetherdrift as well. Or Aetherdrift.
You sacrifice an artifact or discard a card. If you do, draw a card. If you plus 2 it. Zeros, create a 3/2 colorless vehicle artifact token with crew 1. -7, you get an emblem with whenever an artifact you control enters. The emblem deals 3 damage to any target.
Also,
All right,
like, the fact
not
that
bad.
each combat it auto crews one of your vehicles and gives it haste is like also pretty good.
Air response units and Marshall's Path Cruiser. Wooburg. There's a little Wooburg.
Notably, that exhaust ability, it's permanently a creature. You don't have like it'd be pretty terrible if it was
Put 2 plus
only
1 plus
until-
1. Then it becomes Then it becomes a 7/6 if you Wooburg it, and that's not bad. Yeah, you don't have to crew it
8/7.
anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
8/7.
that's right. Yeah, it's 2/1/1s. Excuse me,
Yeah.
8/7.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it also finds a basic land to help you fix into the Wooburging.
Yeah. That's not bad, honestly. All right, take a look at our cool thing here in a minute. Might have to go grab some more sleeves.
I think we got enough to get through. The
Yeah, probably the box.
box, yeah. I'll let you go grab the sleeves at some point because I don't know where they are.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean,
Oh,
I guess
that is.
I could just run around screaming sleeves until somebody brings them to me,
Hmm.
which will happen. Like,
Okay.
there's no chance I walk out there and start screaming and nobody addresses me.
Sleeves. Well, they might ask you regular or a thick sleeve.
Man, those thick sleeves are like just the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
They don't fit in the top loaders unless it's a thick card and a thick top loader. It's just so inconvenient.
Debris
Debris
beetle.
The new siege rhino.
Debris beetle. Trample vehicle enters. Each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3.
I'm pretty sure that's a dung beetle.
It
but
is.
They didn't want to say dung.
Yes.
Like,
You can clearly tell it is definitely supposed to be a dung beetle.
That
Go.
It's reminded me of a story where, like a goalie from a hockey team was playing in a pre-release, and every time they didn't block, their opponent yelled "goal." It's like, guy actually kind of mean. Think about it.
That's a little.
Like,
Yeah, it's a little.
It's at least funny while it's mean.
Yeah, of course. All right, you got 3 packs left, and then we have the box topper. Swamp Token. Gastral Thrill Seeker. Cloud Spire Captain. Hour of Victory. Whenever this enchantment enters, create a 2/2 black zombie. Max speed, 1 in a black. Sacrifice his enchantment, search your library for a card, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Goblin Surveyor, Run Over. Jungle Hollow. Lotus Guard Disciple. There's our insect. Afterburner Experts.
The fact that these things can just like keep chaining together, 2 of them.
Yep.
Because like when it comes back to the battlefield from the graveyard, it's a new object. Now, that.
Hey,
is a base.
District Mascot. This one's done by Ryan Roadkill. Ryan Roadkill. It's dog mounts.
It's in the regular art. It's a little corgi, which is a little confusing if you think about like a person riding. A
Yes.
corgi in a battle.
Yep.
Like,
Absolutely.
I don't know if you know this about corgis. They are not the sturdiest dogs.
No.
Like if you put a human on a corgi, that you don't have a corgi anymore.
Ret Tomb Mystic. Zombie Bird Wizard.
From the commander deck, it helps make you cycle all your creatures for that.
Kefnet may be gone, but the thirst for wisdom never dies. There it is. Our first Aether Spark. First Aether Spark that's going to go to Colorless Jeffrey H. Very nice. Little
Notably,
Aether
you
Spark.
can't equip it on its own, so you have, or I mean, like passively, you have to use the +1 to equip it. To something.
Yes.
I mean, there's other things that would let you do it, such as like Brass Squire, or like Cigar to Save. Yeah. Yeah. There's Metal Craft with Pure Steel Paladin. Like there's some setup in order to be able to equip it without just.
Flamers,
plussing it.
Ironclad, and Dune Drifter. It's a cool Dune Drifter. Vintage is back and it's hunting you. Okay. All right. The Perilous Snare. Poor, Buddy got caught. Buddy got caught. Perilous Snare. This artifact enters, exile target non-line permanent and opponent controls. The +1/+1 counter on target creature vehicle you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Very cool. Perilous Snare there.
I don't think the dog is specifically Felia, at least, because it's not legendary, but it is, like, Felia is also a corgi.
Yep.
So, could be, one of the litter. I used to think I talked a lot, and then I started doing this, and I was like, I didn't talk that much.
Elvish Refueler. What's up, PG? Sky Crash. Tune Up. Burner Rockets. Hazard of the Dunes. It's a big old worm. Chitin Gravestalker. Tranquil Cove. Angel of Sanctions. Wu Yanling. Wind Rider.
Your vehicles all have flying is like actually kind of horrifying if you get enough.
Yeah.
Like,
And if it deals combat, you draw a card.
yeah.
So if you get all those flying vehicles, yeah.
It is
That's pretty
nerfed
good.
A little bit relative to like Enduring Curiosity because it's 1 or more. So if you hit with like 5 things, unless they got double strike or first strike split up across them, you're only gonna draw the 1 card.
Crypt Caller Chariots.
fit that many tap 2/2s.
Aether Flux Conduits. Pay 50 energy. Whenever you cast a spell, get an amount of energy equal to the amount of mana spell. Okay. Draw 7 cards. You may cast any number of spells from your hand without paying their mana costs. Okay.
So what's really nice about this, and by nice, mileage may vary, but like because it's the amount of mana spent to cast it, you can't just go omniscience, boop, 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 boop.
Oh,
You can't,
yeah.
like, play it and then drop like a fury, a solitude, several more things,
Right.
and then be like, I've got 50. It actually cares about how much mana you spent to cast it.
Curse
You actually
Cloth,
you have to get
Wrappings.
there pretty fairly.
Rocketeer Boost Buggy. And the Ripclaw Wrangler.
Is that another loot?
Might be. I don't think so. It says, I think it's a 3/4.
Oh, okay. I saw the 4 toughness and started guessing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's not loot because, just that's not where loot's rules text lays out. Watch it's the loot number wrong.
Gonti, Night Minister, Aetherborn Rogue. Player casts spell they don't own. The player creates a treasure token. Your creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents. His controller looks at the top card of that opponent's library and exiles it face down. They play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Mana of any type can be spent to cast a spell this way. Okay. It's pretty cool.
Somebody figured out shake and bake. Yeah. No, I'm just the best that ever was. Wake up every morning and exude excellence. That's not the line, but I'm not trying to get demonetized here or whatever it's called.
Canceled. Canceled might be the word we're looking for there. All right, last one, and then we have our box topper.
I'm excited for this box topper. Because, like, the basic land in there also looks pretty cool. Like,
There's a golem token.
that's a very bull-like golem.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
Forest. Bombed Ascendants. Scrounging Skyray. Gallant Strike. Camera Launcher. Endrider Catalyzer. Gearseeker Serpents. Siphon Fuel. Their Golem.
Ooh, another Verge. Another triangular
Yes, I was about to say.
Verge.
And Small Circle. Is our next Verge, the Sun Billow Verge.
Oh, that art.
Burnout Bastronauts. That was done by Ian Vermilia.
That's a face only a mother could love.
Pima Trailblazer. Monument to Endurance.
Those monuments are pretty good. Like, they're going to see, I think, a lot of them.
Skybox Fairy. And the Clamorous Ironclad. I think we're going to have, like, the perfect amount of sleeves. I'll go grab some more after I upload this break. Just set
These
it
are the
out
thick
there.
ones, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, we're
You
good.
can
We're
use one
good.
in a pinch, just to
We're
not
good.
leave something exposed to the open elements. But we only got 3 cards to go.
All right. And another gas guzzler. Another gas guzzler there.
This one's foil though.
For a guy Christopher C with mono black. There you go.
So reading those 2 comments in reverse, it was like so confusing. I was like,
All right. Box topper time. Good luck, guys.
let's see some first place foils.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah, that's an island.
It's a frog.
Yeah, that's the new blue green frog god.
Okay. Good to know, because I have decks built around frogs, so good to know. And Muruganda Raceway.
Soul Land's generally pretty good. This one has a little bit more stuff you got to set up, but it's similar to the new temple. I forget the name of it, but like there's the old card Temple to the False Gods, which taps for 2, but only if you have 5 or more lands. And then there was the Eldrazi one where it taps for 2, only if you have 7 or more lands, but has tap for 1 to begin with.
Okay.
So this being able to tap for 1 means it's still playable on turn 1, and also it sets your speed to 1 that turn. So then you've got your engines started as well. Which is very helpful for every incremental damage you do after that.
Thank you guys for buying this breakout. Much appreciated as always. Some really fun stuff there. I've enjoyed this. Thank you very much.